I'm Colin Mayfield.
And I'm Vanessa Rufus. Any moment right now, Charlotte City Council could vote on a moratorium involving data centers.
Now, there are currently at least 93 data centers across our state. Here's the map. Charlotte has more than a third of those, with 35 currently operating. And some of these facilities might be near you without anyone even realizing it.
These buildings power everything from streaming services to artificial intelligence. But as you mentioned, many folks don't know that they're nearby, and they don't even know what happens inside them.
Good point.
WCNC Charlotte's Walker Lawson is joining us live in Uptown ahead of tonight's vote.
That's right, Walker, you got access inside of Charlotte's data center, one of them, to see exactly how they work. And you're going to go into why they have become so controversial as well.
Yeah, Colin and Vanessa, we reached out for months to multiple companies that operate data centers, and Digital Realty thankfully granted us a tour inside their Uptown Charlotte location. We were able to walk around this currently operating facility that is actually in the process right now of expanding, and they say that's due to the demand. From the outside, you'd think it's just another building in Uptown Charlotte, but on the inside, rows of servers hum around the clock, powering the digital world many people use every single day without even thinking about it.
Data centers are the physical manifestation of the cloud.
Kevin Gunderson, head of public affairs of Digital Realty, says, simply put, data centers are the backbone of the internet.
Our daily lives are digital. Every time we look at our phone, there's something digital. That all goes through a data center in a building like this.
And as artificial intelligence rapidly expands, so does their need for even more physical space for AI.
As the big tech companies have started to develop AI,
artificial intelligence,
artificial intelligence,
and have rolled out platforms like ChatGPT, that requires massive amounts of processing power.
But as data centers grow, so do questions about how much power and water they could consume. According to Duke Energy, a 300 megawatt data center may equal the power needs for about 225,000 homes. However, Duke Energy says that's if those homes are running near continuously, which doesn't happen. Gunderson says Digital Realty signs long-term electricity contracts and invests in its own infrastructure, putting them in a different rate class than residential customers.
For 25 years in the United States, we've had flat electricity demand. And we have now entered an environment as a country, certainly as a state, but as a country, where electricity demand is on the rise.
Well, now Duke Energy is proposing a rate hike that could drive energy bills as much as 18%, so roughly $17 more per month for a typical customer. A state report released earlier this year found that North Carolina electricity bills have already climbed 22% since 2020, driven by surging demand from data centers, population growth, and volatile natural gas prices. Now, this comes around the same time that lawmakers are looking to stop data centers from raising energy and water costs. Now, when I toured Digital Realty, I also asked them about moratoriums because there have been communities such as Boone and Kings Mountain that have adopted them. I asked him his thoughts on moratoriums against data centers as residents are really pushing their elected officials to look harder into them.
They are enabled by the people of those communities to make those decisions, and we respect those decisions. But data centers are going to get built somewhere. And if you have a moratorium in one area, what it will do is will drive tens of billions of dollars of capital investment into another area.
Well, coming up tonight at 6, you'll hear from a meteorologist for Covering Climate Now who can help break down some of the climate challenges along with data centers. And then, of course, tonight, Charlotte City Council will vote on whether to take a moratorium on data centers. Reporting in Uptown, Walker Lawson, WCNC Charlotte.
Well, that's the big thing, right? We have these restrictions with water, and these data centers use a lot of water, so hopefully they'll speak to that. Walker, we'll see you tonight.